Dear friends, have you ever gone through a moment in life when everything felt dark? A time when hope seemed distant, when prayers felt unanswered, when your heart was heavy with pain and uncertainty. Many people experience such moments. But the Christian faith gives us a powerful message. Darkness is never the end of the story. Through the life of Jesus, we learn that after darkness comes resurrection. Life often brings unexpected struggles. Sometimes it is illness, sometimes financial difficulty, and sometimes the pain of losing someone we love. In those moments, it can feel like we are walking through a dark night. Even the disciples of Jesus experienced such darkness. When Jesus was crucified, their hopes were shattered. The one they had followed, trusted, and loved was hanging on the cross. For them, it felt like everything was over. The Gospel of St. Luke chapter 23 verses 50 to 53 tells us that Jesus was taken down from the cross and placed in a tomb. The stone was rolled in front of it. Everything seemed silent and hopeless. But God was at work even in that silence. On the third day, something extraordinary happened. The tomb was empty. That could not hold Jesus. The sorrow of the cross turned into the joy of Easter. This is the heart of the Christian message. God can bring life out of death, hope out of despair, and light out of darkness. As the Gospel of St. John reminds us, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John chapter 1 verse 5. There was once a young man who lost everything in a sudden business failure. He had worked hard for many years, but one crisis destroyed his business. For months, he felt lost and discouraged. He wondered why God had allowed such suffering. But instead of giving up, he continued to pray and slowly began to rebuild his life. Years later, he realized that the failure had actually opened the door to a new path in life, one that helped him grow stronger and more compassionate toward others. He later said something very meaningful, my dear friends. What I thought was the end of my life was actually the beginning of a new chapter. Many people discover that God's greatest blessings sometimes grow out of our deepest struggles. The journey from darkness to resurrection is not only the story of Jesus, it is also the story of our own lives. We all have moments of Good Friday, times of suffering, confusion, and pain. But God promises that Good Friday is not the end. The letter to the Romans chapter 8 verses 28 onwards reminds us, we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Even when we cannot see it, God is working quietly in our lives. During the sacred season of Lent, my dear friends, remember that every cross carries the promise of resurrection. I have personally experienced this in my very life, and I am a witness to that, and I give testimony of my life to people that if you remain firm in your faith, you too will come out victorious. Darkness may come into our lives, but it will never have the final word. So if you are going through a difficult moment today, do not lose hope. Remember this powerful truth. After the cross comes resurrection. After the night comes the dawn. And after every struggle, my dear friends, God can bring new life. Trust Him. Keep praying and believe that your story too can move from darkness to resurrection. Friends, if this video has brought some rays of hope in your life, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.